going? G here. If you are a first timer to my channel, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to this channel. On this channel, I give freelance business nuggets that allow you to create more freedom and family time. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 juicy tips on how to get started freelance writing. Yesterday, I put up a recorded video that talked about, and hey to whoever just joined me. If you're just joining me, thank you. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure to leave in the comments hashtag replay viewer. Hey Chakra, what's up? What's up? Anyway, so today I wanted to give you 3 juicy tips on how to get started with freelance writing. Yesterday, I talked about 3 work at home skills that are not likely to go extinct anytime soon. They're always in demand. They're always going to be in demand, at least for the next, I want to say for the next 20 to 25 years. It's going to be something that is there, and I think that's enough time for all of us to make great incomes with it, right? And that the 3 that I named were copywriting, blog writing, and social media management. Copywriting has been around for hundreds of years, right? Blog writing is much newer, but blog writing is not going away anytime soon because so many companies need to continuously produce content that educates their audience, that builds trust with their audience, and that also sells their products. And social media management is not going away anytime soon because social media is just going to get bigger. Yes, recently Facebook, for instance, has run into so many issues and problems, but social media as a platform for marketing is not going away. So these 3 skills are things that you can really make income with from home, on the side, whatever it is that you want to do. Now, yesterday, Crystal was so kind. She left me a comment on that video and she was like, oh my goodness, like freelance writing, I didn't even think of that, because I always see people saying that they're guest writers, but I never really thought about that. So I was like, okay, let me just do this live video on freelance writing. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 juicy tips on how to get started with freelance writing, because I personally have been making money freelance writing for the past 1.5 years. All right, so I've been making money writing for the past 1.5 years, and there's a lot of income to be made from that particular industry. Don't let anybody tell you that there's no money to be made in writing. There's a lot of money to be made in writing. You just need to find the clients. All right, so tip number 1, all right, tip number 1 is I want you to go ahead and find out how winning blog posts. Let's say you decide to take blog writing as the skill you want to pursue, right? Because freelance writing can cover a number of things. It can be blog writing, it could be product descriptions, it could be so many things. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to focus on blog writing. I want you to go to buzzsumo.com, and put in any search term. Let's say you're interested in health writing. Just put in any health term that you think you could write about in BuzzSumo. They have a search bar, and look at the top blog posts that come up. These usually are the blog posts that have gotten the most shares on social media, that have gotten the most exposure. I want you to click, and if you're using the free version of BuzzSumo, you may get like 5 to 10 results. I want you to click through those results and take a look at the structure of how those blog posts are written. Because I can assure you that if that blog post is not well written, if that blog post is not delivering value, it's not going to be shared that many times. All right? Even though, yes, people do sometimes do sketchy deals, most of the time, when you are having a blog post that is genuinely being shared multiple times, it's because it's that good. All right, so you want to go there and take a look at it and look at the structure of how it's written. Look at what did they address, how did they educate, how did they really bring the value. All right, I want you to take note of that. Maybe take some notes. What's the tone the person is talking in, and study that. So use that as a way to study. Let's say this is for those of you that are starting out completely fresh. Okay, you're going to study first. Number 2 is you're going to create some samples. Once you've done your study, you've used BuzzSumo to look for the kind of blog posts that are written and their structure and their style, and noted that, I want you to create some samples, all right? Because your samples are what you're going to give to people when you start pitching for jobs. And you're not going to write to people saying, I don't have any samples. You're not going to do that, okay? You're listening to me. You're just not going to do that. You're going to give people samples. And samples can come in so many forms. You can start your own blog, all right? You can start your own blog. And sometimes the question that I get is, gee, if I want to write about outdoorsy stuff, if I want to write for people who are like nature bloggers, or if I want to write for the healthcare industry, does that mean that my blog needs to be based around healthcare? No. People want to see what you've done. However, if you're going to pitch yourself to a particular industry, it is ideal that you have samples in that industry. So what I suggest is, in lieu of having a blog or having blog posts on other people's blogs, that's another way. So you could pitch yourself to write for free on other people's blogs in that particular niche. So your blog could be on something else, but perhaps you start pitching yourself to certain publications in the industry that you want to write in, and you're going to start writing there. Or you could create sample blog posts that are not even on the internet anyway. They're just on PDF files, and you have that saved in a special folder on your computer. And so every single time you go to pitch, you say, hey, my name is so and so, I want to be able to write for you. Here are some samples, and you pull 2 to 3 of those samples of your PDF samples into the email, because PDFs can be attached to emails, right? Right, gee. All right. And then attach it to the email and send it out. This is something I've done. So the fact that you don't have a blog shouldn't deter you. You can write on other people's blogs, or you can create your own samples that are saved on PDFs and attach it to the email and then send that out. So that is number 2. Let me look at my number 3 point. Okay, yes. So number 3, last but not least, now you have studied the style. You have studied the style of some of the best blog posts on the internet in that particular niche. You've created your samples, whether that's on a blog, on your own blog, on somebody else's blog, or within your PDFs. You can also go on medium.com. All right, guys, medium.com. There's so many platforms now where you can kind of micro blog. Even Instagram and Facebook allow you to have blogs. Well, Instagram not so much, but Facebook, you can have a Facebook page and you can have notes. And notes are kind of like blog posts, all right, or Tumblr. So there are all these free platforms out there that you can technically use to build some samples, right? But I highly recommend that you save them as PDFs if all of that fails, and then attach them. Number 3, last point, is to get your first client. All right, you're never ever going to be perfect. You're not going to be the perfect writer. You're not going to be, because sometimes I feel like people say, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I don't feel like I could. No, you're ready. You're ready. Just put yourself out there. It does not matter. Just begin to put yourself out there. So how do you find clients? I have a video which I'm going to link to this video once this recording is done, that tells you how to find your first freelance client. And that ranges from telling your friends and family that you, my friend, you, all right, are a freelance writer. Start telling people that. Create business cards. I mean, I'm not a big fan of business cards, and I carry some business cards, but that's not how I get clients, okay? But tell people that you are a writer. All right. Go on places like Upwork, even though I'm no longer such a big fan of Upwork. Go on Upwork and see what's out there and pitch yourself to people. Attach your samples. Be part of Facebook communities and be part of communities. Some of my biggest clients up to date have come from communities and courses that I've joined, and with people just saying, hey, I have this person that needs a writer who wants to take it up, and me raising my hand and being like, hey, me, and then getting clients that way. All right, so you want to make sure that you're also telling people wherever you can find that you are a writer, whatever niche you decide to go after, that you are a writer and that you want to write for them. And that is going to be validation of what you're selling, all right? Because until you have your first client pay you, even if it's $25, you don't have a business. You just don't have a business. And we want to have a business. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. 3 juicy tips on how to get started with freelance writing. Yes, it takes some work, but from studying to creating your samples to getting your first client should not even take you more than 30 days. It is possible to do it in less than a month. So get yourself out there. All right, guys. So if you have any other questions about freelance writing, please God bless.